Whew. All right. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. So today, this lesson here, rather, we're going to start talking about JavaScript. So this first video is going to be simply an introduction into JavaScript. Going to try to be real basic. In this video, I have some slides as well. So for those in the academy, posted the slides in the stream. Well, not in in the stream, so you'll have access to that as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to share my screen. So here's JavaScript, and again, like with these slides, it's like this is a first draft, if you will. So there may be some like grammatical errors or something like that. And I think that I did these in 2023 or so. Anyways, we're gonna rock and roll with this. All right, so by the end of this unit, okay, you should be able to understand the fundamentals of how JavaScript is used in programming tools. You're going to be able to use more recent JavaScript features and understand how JavaScript is used in browsers. Now, if you are just doing back-end development, again, I cover a little bit of um, how JavaScript is used in browsers, but the focus will be on back-end. So it's like, not saying you don't need to know this because you do need to know it, but just know that when teaching the back end, kind of going on a different path. All right. Um, so here are all the different sections and we have here for JavaScript. You can see right there, pause it if you need to. I'm not going to read all those. All right, so let's get into this introduction. Okay, so here we go. JavaScript was first released on December 4th, 1995 by computer programmer Brendan Eich. This is him right here. It was developed for Netscape 2. So JavaScript is going to turn 30 this year. We ought to celebrate on December 4th. JavaScript being 30. All right. You see here, as of August 2023, JavaScript is the most popular programming language. This is due in no part. This is due to, in no small part, its flexibility. JavaScript can handle both front end and back end development, as well as machine learning and AI. And it's a relatively easy language to learn. As you can see here, when it comes to websites, 98.7% of websites use JavaScript to some capacity. Okay. So it is a very, very popular language. Again, I myself am agnostic when it comes to languages. I don't believe there's one that is greater than the other. But I do speak JavaScript, okay, just because I do. And again, because of its flexibility, I can do front end development, do back end development in JavaScript. And I suppose if I want to do some machine learning and AI or whatever else, I know I could uh, write some JavaScript to do it. So that is the powerfulness of JavaScript, is that you can do practically anything with it, not just with the web, but you can just do anything with JavaScript. And as far as computer languages go, it is a fairly easy language to learn. But yeah, okay. So yeah, I like to use this analogy here, comparing web development to the human body. When I do that, I like to say that HTML is the skeleton, so that's the bones, okay? And you want healthy and strong bones, and you want your bones to be in the right place, okay? So HTML is important to know and to use correctly because you want to have a good solid structure when it comes to your web application or your website. And I usually use web app and website interchangeably now because websites today are more than just a site where you can just go and read information, but it is an application where you can actually do things. At any rate, you want to have a solid structure. Okay. So HTML to me is the skeleton, and the better you uh, handle and write your HTML, the better structure you'll have for your web app. CSS is the skin and other physical features, physical in quotes, because the web is not physical, but it's used to make our websites look attractive and appropriate to what message we want it to convey. Um, so yes, with the language CSS, it is important that you understand how that works and the principles behind it to make things, have them laid out appropriately, give it a very attractive look, and be mindful that when you're building a web application, you want the layout and design of it to fit whatever the web application is for, right? Um, if I am building a web application for, say, a law office, then I would want it to look, pretty formal. If I'm doing something, a web app for maybe like a candy store, then they're probably, want to utilize a lot of colors and make it look, I guess, quote unquote, more fun. So, whatever it is that your web application is for, you want the layout and the design to fit with that. And that's why CSS is very important. And then JavaScript. JavaScript is the mind or soul of web development. With JS, websites interact with the clients, which makes the overall experience of the user better. So this is how we can get the web applications to do like really cool things and be able to handle really cool things. Okay. That is with JavaScript, we do that. Once upon a time, uh, in the early days of the web, there was, HTML. That's what you write HTML, and you would have these static websites, which were used to just, read information that um, the institution, whatever, wants to send you, whatever it is that they want you to read, and you'd have access to that. Um, and then as time went on, these applications became a lot more interactive, a lot more dynamic, and so the thing that drives that is the JavaScript, because not only can we handle, how a web application runs, but through the use of JavaScript, we can now determine, who gets to see what, and that's like that opened up the door for, the world we live in today, particularly like online shopping or social media. Those are the two things that come to my mind. Um, we're able to, when I go on to, um, one of my social media accounts, I am served up information that pertains to me based on whatever algorithm or what have you, that was written. So the information that I see pertains to me and what they think are my interests, not always my interests, but you know what I'm saying? And it will be different for you in what you get. So that's what we can do through the use of JavaScript. So in this unit, we will explore fundamental programming tools and how they're used in JavaScript, more recent features that have been added to JS, and how JS is used in web browsers. Understand these topics may contain some computer sciencey concepts that will help you understand how JS works, but don't think you will master this unit and be a computer scientist, okay? Because that's not what's going to happen. I myself am not a computer scientist. Everybody who knows me knows that I took one computer class in college, and that was how to build and maintain spreadsheets. That's it. So, again, self-taught. So I understand some things and how they work, but I don't feel like I could call myself a computer scientist. Maybe if someone wants to pay me to go back to college, I would consider getting a degree in computer science if somebody was willing to pay for it, because I'm not doing that myself. They can't not getting my money. All right. So anyway, we'll stop this video here. This is just again just an intro. And the first thing we're going to cover in the next video is data types. So stay tuned and we're going to have some fun.